Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is JaCubAsAlways, and welcome to Pokemon Hot Takes, where we go over your hottest takes that you can possibly think of. And if you guys want to be part of this video in the future, make sure you join the Discord or leave a comment down below, because that's where I got all these hot takes from. Thank you guys so much for being the best community in the world. If you love Pokemon content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and we'll see you when we hit 100,000 subscribers at the end of the year. By the end of the year, I should say. Anyway, let's get started with a very spicy one from 3rd Gen Gamer, who states, aDrive uses the Pokemon community to profit instead of actually being part of the community. He shilled a Pokemon crypto pump and dump scheme, Pika, tried to make money off of Pixelmon, and he used the community to promote and shill his card game and grading service. Now, I want to preface this. I've heard of Elestrials. Elestrials seems like a really cool game. It seems intriguing. It seems unique. Definitely think it looks cool. From what I know of Dan seems like a really good guy, and I don't know all about all this stuff. So this is a hot take. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really into crypto. I don't really pay attention to that sort of crypto stuff. 3rd Gen Gamer, aka Michael, clearly knows something, and people reacted to it in ways that like put underscore hash reaction and stuff on the Discord. You always like to come up when I start recording. Click like for booty, please. But yeah, that is a huge hot take that I was not expecting. I think that is probably some merit into it. Like I said, I don't really know about a whole lot about that stuff, but it seemed like a crazy smoking hot take that I had to do as the lead, so we're going with it. Anyway, next. Exclamation by aka Fierce and Fairthorn aka Danny says, fairy types are overpowered due to only having 2 weaknesses. One, I don't think that's a huge hot take. Fairy types are overpowered, I feel fairy is one of the best types in the game, weak to poison and steel. However, the reason why I think they're overpowered is because they have such strong moves. They have Moonblast. Moonblast is 95. In Gen 6, fairy types became a thing. Moonblast is a 95 base power move that has a 30% chance to lower special attack. What's funny is that same generation, they nerfed Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Surf, Flamethrower, and Psychic. Was Psychic 90 already? But I think it was 95. To 90 power. They nerfed all those moves. Why did they nerf all those moves but keep Moonblast at 95? To promote fairy types. Yes, I'll admit, fairy types don't have a lot of physical moves. There's Spirit Break, there's Play Rough, there's not a whole lot. Spirit Break, I believe, was a Grimmsnarl exclusive move until Iron Valiant got it in Gen 9. So yeah, fairy types are overpowered, but I wouldn't say that's a hot take. BreakyJKA.com says, the Gen 5 experience rework is one of the worst mechanics the game ever did. Agreed. I mean, I don't really think it's a hot take personally, because I think a lot of people hate the experiencing. Like, who wants to sit and grind for 18 hours a day? Like, just keep it at a normal EXP curve like they did Gens 1 through 4. And then Gen 6 came around, and then they invented the experience share the way it is now, and everyone gets experience, and then that became overly broken. And I kind of do like the experience share if you're not using rare candies and like hardcore nuzlocke and everything. Kind of like that, but yeah, definitely one of the worst mechanics for sure, Tom. So Tenloso says, grown adults shouldn't look at cards as investments. It hurts the store shelves bare for children to come up and buy them, and the idea that you have to go pack chasing instead of playing them creates an even more toxic environment. Honestly, this is basically true, because like a lot of people like sell cards to make a profit, and that's unfortunate for like the kids nowadays too, because when I was a kid there was always cards on the shelves and stuff like that, because people weren't doing that as much. Because when I was a kid in like the late 90s early 2000s, the internet was kind of just like 5-6 years old, so like it wasn't that big of a thing, you know? And people weren't doing that, and they weren't trying to make a profit like they are today. Like, even in things like Yu-Gi-Oh, people try to make a profit, and like, the more power to them. If you can make a quick buck or two, yeah, I kind of get it, but like, don't just use it as investments. Like, do other things too, I guess. So I do have to agree with that one for sure too. Ty the Guy says, my hot take is while playing Pokemon, you should always nickname your Pokemons, especially in Pokemon Draft League and Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke, I wholeheartedly agree with. And same with Draft League, because like, if you can put like a story behind your Pokemon and why they're named what they are, it builds character. It makes people more invested in the product. It's like WWE wrestling. I know some people are gonna say it's fake, but it's staged. It's entertainment just like anything else is. And I personally agree that you should be doing that. The better the stories you can tell, the more important it is. Like for the Draft Leagues coming up here, I'm gonna be naming all my players after the Green Bay Packer players, like Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, Rashawn Gary, Jair Alexander, etc., because I want it to really feel completely like it's It's an actual game. Like, it's a team effort to achieve perfection, to achieve that championship. Who knows when we'll get it? We'll see what happens. But yeah, I agree. You should be nicknaming Pokemon and stuff. Ariel says Nuzlocke are overdone and overplayed. This kind of goes from a question we had last week, but I do, to some degree, think Nuzlocke are overplayed and overdone a little bit. However, I also think they're underrated and underappreciated too, because I think the better and more creativity that goes into YouTube, the more variety somebody has, the better it's going to be. Like this year, and last year, I was so hyper-focused, just wanted to do Nuzlocke. This year, we're trying a whole lot of different things with content, and we're having some success. We're doing these hot take videos. Last week's did really, really well, and I hope this week's does too. We did the what Pokemon gym leaders would I date my daughter. That video's doing really well, and I have so many other video ideas planned, and I hope they do well. Some of them are gonna do well, some of them aren't. This is what we're doing together, and we're gonna build an amazing community, and that'll be that. So yeah, I agree. Ellie, who's probably editing this video, hi future Ellie, hope you're doing well. She says there is nothing difficult about grinding, it's just incredibly boring. Anything that reduces time training Pokemon is a great positive change. People who say the new experience share is bad are clinically insane. For legal reasons, this is a joke. I am totally offended. How could you say that I'm clinically insane? I mean, I'm very insane. You can put some goofy edit here right now, Ellie, but honestly, no. It was definitely a joke, and honestly, like, I don't hate the new experience share like I was saying a little bit ago. When Tom was talking about his question and his statement, I agree, but I also kind of like it because if you're not using rare candies, it just makes it go faster and you can train like 4 Pokemon, 5 Pokemon at once besides your main one, so that's pretty good. I do like it, but great statement. Zach says Gen 4 may have brought us many great changes to the series, like the physical special split. The original pair of games we got aren't exactly good. Many of the problems were fixed in Platinum, but it doesn't undo the weirdness of Diamond and Pearl, with things like only having 2 fire types, Ponyta and Chimchar line, one of which being the starters, each point of HP going down 1 frame at a time, and 30 FPS. Oh my god, that was so bad. Like a Blissey's HP bar, I could probably take 2 or 3 shots of alcohol in the span it took Blissey's HP bar to go down, and that's like pouring it too. So like, no, I shouldn't try that. Please don't make me try that. I'm gonna have to try that now, aren't I? How many shots can I take in the span it takes Blissey's HP bar to go down in Diamond and Pearl? Why do I give myself bad ideas that are kind of good ideas? Anyway, next. Samuel K. Disbelieve Lazar says, if there was an 8th gym leader of each type with actually good teams, the scariest and hardest one to beat would be the bug type. Okay, so this is spicy. Is this completely true though? So we'd have to think about bug types. So you'd obviously have the ace being Volcarona in this situation, because Volcarona is like one of the best bug types of all time. I'm assuming that no legends would be allowed, because I don't think any gym leaders ever had legends. So I don't know if this is necessarily true. I still think it would have to be dragon types, because dragons are just outrageously good. They're insanely good. Like, you can make a dragon poison to handle fairies, and then you can have like dragon fighting to deal steals, and then you can have like dragon ice to help deal with other dragons. Like, there are so many things that you can do. So I'd still have to give it to dragons. I mean, bug will probably be better because Volcarona is one of the best bug types, but other than that, I don't know fully. Then you put like Heracross on there maybe too. There's a lot of good bug types now. But like back in the first few gens, there weren't as many good bug types. Now there's a lot too. Like Lokix is really good too. But yeah, you'd have to decide and figure it out. I'd have to like really think about it and like write every single thing down. But that's something for the future me to worry about and stuff. Anyway, that might be a good video idea for later. Let me know in the comments if you want that. Demigod says Fire Ghost starters are the worst. They're worse than fire fighting. Having 3 generations back to back is bad, sure, but that's nothing compared to 2 Fire Ghost starters in the same year. So Hisuian Typhlosion and Skeledirge. I agree, but I also disagree. I think the repetitiveness of 3 straight years is kind of like, why? Why are we doing this? However, we should have somehow made a Fire Fairy within that time frame. Obviously not Gen 5 and before, because clearly Fairy wasn't around until Gen 6. But I don't think it's nearly as bad as the 3 straight fire fightings. Although I really do like all 3. Obviously Embor's like 3rd, Blaziken's 2nd, and Infernape's number 1. But I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as that. But I still do like the firefighting. So I also like Hisuian Typhlosion and Skeledirge. So like, I don't know what to tell you. No idea. Lord Jeff, aka Shoutout, says regional variants are the worst thing to ever happen in Pokemon because it only encourages Game Freak to continue being lazy. They even took it to the extreme based on what they did with Paradox Pokemon, but I bet nobody says anything about that. And then he's like, shh, I love Iron Bundle. Oh, do you, Jeff? You love Iron Bundle, sir? That's what you want me to say. I really like regional variants. I think it gives something to do. Like, Alolan Muck is infinitely better than like normal Muck. I really think Muck should have had a Regenerator to begin with, but they could have given it to Alolan Muck. I mean, if they had Regenerator on Alolan Muck, that would actually be such a ridiculous thing. That would be such a ridiculous thing. It'd be insane. But yeah, I love regional variants, and I have to disagree to that one. But it is a hot take. That is a big hot take. I have to agree. Not Tyler Craig, aka, or not Friday Craig, not Tyler T. Tyler T is his name. It says Game Freak continuing to babify every new generation, removing set mode, etc. is actually a good thing. It forces content creators who want to challenge in newer games to get more creative to get the challenge they are desiring. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I mean, I guess it is a good thing. Like, you really have to think outside the box and be as creative as you can with the challenge that you want. However, I know that's not what you actually think. You're just trying to create a hot take, sir. But maybe you actually do think that, and this is just mind games. Regardless, I don't think it's a bad thing or a good thing. I just think I don't know why they removed it. I'd love to know if somebody worked for Game Freak and they're watching this video somehow, why did you remove set mode? We want options. We want options, Game Freak. Give us options, please. Give us options, please. Josh says, hot take, in the anime of Pokemon, Professor Bill said to Ash, Brock, and Misty that there are 1,500 Pokemon in the entire world. We're at 1,019. Once we hit 1,500, Pokemon will stay through retirement and everyone's going to lose their mind. I'm surprised that Game Freak hasn't done the open world Pokemon game of every region yet. One, I don't think they need to do an open world of every region. Why? Why do we need that? We don't need that. We really don't. And two, I don't think Pokemon's going to end at 1,500. It could. That'd be a funny meme. They should like make some meme and something related to that, like an evolution to something to do with Bill. I don't know, but something at Pokemon 1500 just for that. That'd be hysterical. I don't know. We already have Giratina's like the devil Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know what we could do for 1500. I'm out of ideas for that. Polar Jeff 2393 says, hot take, Gen 4 is the best entry, best generation. I think there's merit to it. I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't fully agree. I think a lot of generations can claim a stake in the best generation of Pokemon all time. Gen 1 Gen 1's not my favorite. Gen 1 can have a stake in that claim because it was the first gen. It said it was the precedent for everything that came after. Without Gen 1, you don't have anything else. Another one is Gen 4 because of physical special split. Gen 3 introduced abilities. Gen 6 introduced a new type in fairies and megas. The gimmick has been a mainstay of Pokemon until Gen 9, which, yeah, I mean, I think Gen 4 is up there. It's top 4 generation. 1 or 2 probably for me personally. I don't know if it's necessarily the best, but I don't disagree fully. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is JaCubAsAlways. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Leave a comment with your hot takes, and maybe I'll get to it in the next video. Or join the Discord in the description down below and put it in the hot takes channel. I do this every Saturday. I at you guys and get the hot takes for the next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I love you all. Peace.